Hell yeah.
Wait a minute, El Teddy was live?
Yeah, El Teddy was live.
I'm not getting my notifications. I might have to unsubscribe and subscribe back because I'm not getting my notifications for El Teddy. That's the third or fourth time that I had no idea he was live at all. The other day, and I didn't know he was live. Every time I she got to fix her edges. What he say? What he had done?
Oh, he was eating up Stacey Dash and Sharon Osbourne.
You know, okay, I'll be back up to it later because I'm sure he sufficiently drugged them. I'm sure he sufficiently drugged both of them. Stacey Dash, all of a sudden now she want to come back over to this side. Now that they done dropped her over to that side. Child, bye. Gone somewhere. Gone somewhere. He cussed him out. See, you know what? I don't want to unsubscribe though, because is that gonna mess up my membership if I unsubscribe?
Well, that's a good question.
No. Well, I think it will, but I don't think you need to unsubscribe. I think you just have to I don't know. You know how YouTube is. Sometimes I don't get the notifications.
But it doesn't even show up in my. Okay, so you know how you don't get the notification, but then when you go, you know you can see your alerts, and you scroll down. It does. El Teddy don't even show up in my recommend nothing. There's no trace of El Teddy 27 on my channel. When now when he uploads a review, I see that, but his lives, I don't see nothing.
Just hit the notification button on. Just hit that a few times.
Maybe I need to go. Maybe I'll do that first. I'll unnotify. I'll change that and then I'll go back because I don't like not knowing. Because I literally been sitting here. You know, I didn't know he was live at all. Damn. I'll catch the replay shot. I'm sure. I mean, you know, it's sad. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. I was a few minutes late because I was running my mouth, but y'all and Lilbaby was here on time waiting on me.
Sure was.
We don't do me. Don't do me, Lilbaby. Don't do me, Lilbaby. Don't do it. No. Hello, everybody.
I was on time.
Huh?
I was just stating I was on time.
Anyway. Hey, everybody. What's up? Dominique, Evie, Yana. Belize is in the house. How you guys doing? El Teddy is here. Lock Queen, Alikala. Thank you, El Teddy, for sending your people over and through. Thank you so much. Quintessential, hey, babe. China White, DC. What's up, my legal correspondent? Even though you was giving me a hard time yesterday about being a Cancer. She saw some last time I might have said some things. You ain't might have nothing. You said some stuff. It wasn't no might have to it. Hey, Dominique. I still have not, Dominique, I have not seen this video. I don't know why I can't. It must not be meant for me to see it, child. It must not be meant for me to see it. I don't know. But I have
talk about Hotel Hope tonight.
We'll see. We might be able to because we got to get over the. That's when I was going to make the announcement. Terrence is having a birthday party over on his channel. What time the party start, Abby? El Teddy, one of y'all. What time the party start? Is it at 8 or is it at 9? What time the party start?
I think I'll pour a shot of gin for Terrence.
You're going to do a little something for Terrence. So for those who do not know, giving you the real tea is having a birthday party over on his panel this evening. Today is his birthday, so y'all make sure y'all get on over there to show him some love. He said, bring you a bottle and come on through. If you are not subscribed to him, y'all make sure giving you the real tea. Y'all go check him out. 8 p.m. Okay, so 8 p.m. So we ain't gonna be on here. We're gonna be off of here enough time for y'all to get in y'all car and drive on over to his house. Okay. We're gonna make sure y'all get on over to his house for the birthday party. You coming through, y'all? You coming through for the party for a little bit? A little something? I know you're an introvert, but you coming through for a little bit?
I don't know. Because, you know, when I'm over on this channel, you know, being the moderator, he like to, you know, yell at people like he married from the Salt Wives. And, you know, I don't like being yelled at. So I'm not sure.
Listen, ain't nobody paying T no mind. Abby said she got her Red Bull, her lemonade. Oh, Lord. Belize already started taking shots. Belize, the party ain't started yet. All right, y'all. We got know what we're here for. We're here to talk about those Real Housewives down to the New Jersey. Down to the New Jersey. Hey, Lil Mackie, how you doing, babes? So last night's episode, interesting. It was the ladies spent the last day down to the lake, and then they headed on back home. All I know is I don't care no more. I don't care no more about Jackie or Teresa. But what I can say is this. Just when we started getting sick of this storyline, they are introducing the next storyline, and I'm kind of here for it. So let's go on. Let's start from the beginning, and let's work our way back. You know, I was going to call you Terrence, Lord. Yeah, I know you got your notes, so go on it. Don't do that. Only because I was talking about Terrence's birthday. Come on now. You know I know you ain't Terrence, child. Not virtual interactions has kept you out the penitentiary. You know what?
I mean, why don't you go ahead and do the blow by blow?
Because I don't remember what the hell happened. I mean, you want me to tell you the truth? All right, fine. Hold on. Because I don't take notes. I don't take notes. Hold on. Let me go back there.
Did they start off eating?
They probably was eating.
They can eat.
All right, so it starts off. You had Dolores and David talking. Don't nobody give a fuck. Joe B and Margaret talk, and what I found to be interesting is her Joe straight up lied to her. Said, "Yeah, we ain't discussed nothing." Now I'm thinking that maybe he thought that conversation wasn't going to make it to the final, production. It was going to be left on the cutting room floor, and well, yeah. I mean, I'm not mad.
I think he lied in the moment because I think he just didn't want to get into, well, what did they say? Well, what did he say? Well, what did they... I just think he didn't want to get into all of that. I mean, I understand what you're saying, that it's being recorded, so you have to know at some point it's going to resurface. Even if they don't resurface until the reunion, it's going to resurface. Yeah. But I just think in that moment, he just wasn't ready for he didn't want the argument. That's just how I felt. I mean,
it's me, D.
Hey, D, what's up, boo?
So, I mean, that happened. Then I believe they're outside. No, I think they're at the lake. It don't matter. They outside somewhere.
Well, they went to the lake. They went to go spend the day down.
Wait.
No. Rewind.
I'm skipping ahead. No, I'm saying because they were outside and Teresa calls her pool man, the guy that cleans her pool.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Tony. The other night, why? She called Tony because I guess he was posting pictures and whatnots and
some thirst traps.
Possibly. I don't know. Don't care. Then Teresa reveals to us that after she had the night to think about it, she's even more madder at Jackie. And I wish I had my drinks available so I could have taken a shot every time she mentioned Jackie's name.
Right. Well, that should have been a drinking game because the more she kept saying she was sick of it and didn't want to talk about it, the more she kept bringing up Jackie's name. And I was like, girl, they not even talking about her no more. Like, they really have stopped talking about her.
And once that's over, Dolores somewhat pulls Jennifer to the side and asks her when she's going to talk to Melissa. So obviously production probably told her, you need to make this thing work, right, Dolores. So Dolores talked to her to get this thing to happen. And Jennifer said, she'll figure it out. So then they go to the lake.
Thank you, Jaded. He's somewhere in the bushes. Thank you for sharing the video, boo. Yeah, so then they went to the lake. Now, listen, can I say something that I noticed? And I know that I might be stating the obvious. I know that this may not be a big deal to some people, but did you notice down on the lake how they kept panning to them women's asses?
I did.
Okay. I thought it was just me. I was like, why are we? I mean, again, they're in bathing suits. Yes, they're on the lake and all that, but I felt like they would it wasn't like they would accidentally They were literally going out of their way to film these women's asses.
I feel bad because, some of those parts are, less than 18 years of age. So I didn't know if it was wrong for me to even look at it, But you know,
But you say they just purchased them last year, honey.
I didn't say all that. I'm just saying they're not 18 years of age. I don't know that I don't want to get arrested for looking at something that ain't of age. That's all I'm saying.
Honey,
also add Melissa fine, and that's just that. 3 kids later at 40.
Oh yeah, Melissa. Listen, Melissa's a cutie. I'm sorry, and I was here for her little Fendi outfit, the little Fendi bathing suit with the little side crossbody. It was cute. She was cute. She's a cutie. And I was here for Melissa later on in the episode too. We'll get there. So it wasn't really too much down on the lake. I mean, they flirted with one of the guys. I think they scared the hell out of him. They went out on the kayaks and on the floats and all that good stuff. And they weren't. I mean, I don't feel like there was too much of nothing until it was time for them to leave. And old girl asked Melissa, "Can you hang back for a minute?" And Melissa was like, "Me?" Because like they just started being friends yesterday. So Melissa was like, "What you want? What you want to talk to me for?" And that's when she told Melissa, "Well, you know, the realtor that's selling Teresa's house. He had told me down to Jackie's husband's birthday party, that your Joe owe him tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars from the speaking engagements and things of that nature." Now, when she put it like that, Melissa's point was sort of valid when Melissa said, "Why would he be splitting money with him for an event that got our name on it? Like, it's our event. Why are we split?" Now, I can see if he was supposed to get paid for speaking there, but why would you be getting half of the door? I don't understand.
And also, I know people get paid hefty amounts for speaking engagements. That's what Bruce Jenner did to help sustain his life for years. He was a public speaker, a motivational speaker.
Right.
But I'm trying to see who this man is to even cost tens of thousands of dollars.
And that was going to be the next thing out of my mouth. And my thing is, you're not even the name that's pulling people. Like, nobody, I mean, I don't know who either one of y'all are because I didn't watch the show, but for the hundreds of thousands of fans that the show has, they know them. So your name isn't even, your name is nothing. Like, why would, go ahead. What we going to say, y'all?
Well, I mean, that comes up a little bit later, so I'll reserve what I have to say for when Melissa actually does call her husband. So
okay.
But Melissa did ask Jennifer, does Teresa know? Because that is a real big question with all of this, where if this is your realtor and y'all been chit-chatting back and forth, has it come up to her? Because I thought that I was wondering the same thing. Like, does Teresa know this?
I bet she does.
So Jennifer and Melissa rejoin the group of women, and it's always Teresa, little nosy ass, talking about what were y'all talking about? What were y'all doing? And in my mind, I really guess she thought they were talking to Jackie, so she can rev that, engine back up. And, it was like, Abby ain't shit. Okay.
Abby. Yeah.
So they bring it up, and you have Melissa, and she asked Teresa, did you know? Teresa says no, and she doesn't know if Joe is, doing something shady, because he could be. Now, right there, I got like that messed my spirit up, because it's like, you shouldn't even have to think that about your brother. But what she was trying to do was compare her situation with her husband, even though she spoke about it not that shortly after that, to this particular situation. And it's like, you're still not even being a good sister.
Right, because she did say that. She was like, well, I mean, Joe said that nothing was happening for all those years, and then, I went to jail. And I was like, oh, so you're internalizing this shit. Because let's be clear, and I know we're producing a show, but family is still family. Ain't nowhere in the world I would have put it out there, like somewhere in the back of your mind, you think that there could possibly be something going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl. And
It's
Melissa,
just like,
Melissa hit her with the.
it's just like last week with the whole cheating Punk. Granted, it was fake, but at the same time, there was some truth that came out of Teresa's mouth when doing so. Her true feelings. So she does that little shit.
And the funny thing is, this particular situation, though I hate it, I'm literally, you know, like my mouth is watering like I'm looking at a ribeye steak because I just know that this is gonna be the reason that Joe snapped the fuck off on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, but let me see. Moving forward, so Teresa, you know, says, and she kind of says it reluctantly, well, I'll talk to her because I have a meeting with her on Wednesday. But it sounded like she didn't want to do it at all. But obviously Melissa's looking at her like, you best ask the question.
Right, because she even a couple of times she just kept saying, well, we'll see on Wednesday. We'll see on Wednesday. Like she did not want to commit to anything in that moment. And again, I feel where Melissa's coming from in that moment, like, girl, like Melissa left the table, went upstairs to call her brother. And did you catch how Teresa was rolling her eyes? Because she was like, listen, I'm about to go call my husband and I'm about to go get some information. And again, I just feel like Teresa, and that's one thing, I don't remember who said it, because, you know, I don't remember which one of these women said it, but that's the one thing that she said was, if this were Teresa and we weren't defending her, it would be World War 20.
It was Melissa.
Okay, it was Melissa. Okay. I mean, which one it was. Okay.
But you haven't, obviously, and it's not a jab at you, but we've seen over the past season since Melissa has been on this show, the double standard that exists where when it comes to Teresa, everybody needs to bend to her while if somebody says something about her, you need to sit here and fall on the sword and all this other stuff. But when it comes to Melissa and her brother Joe, she's real just meh about everything.
Right.
So Melissa goes talk to her husband, and Joe pretty much just said, long story short, there was a fee that I needed to pay him. I paid him for his services. And after the fact, I guess he caught wind that maybe, you know, the production had earned some additional money, some revenue. And he called back trying to see how he can get a piece of that pie. And with that, the only thing that I wonder, and I said it on my review last night, where if this truly was a business ordeal, hopefully it wasn't a gentleman's agreement and there was a contract. And for anybody that is watching us right now, let me say this and let me say it perfectly clear. When you do things, you need a contract. Also with the contracts, when the event or whatever is over, do not throw them away. If you don't like filing them, you got this little handy thing right here. This right here. Just take some snapshots and save it. Because you never know when you're going to need it again.
And let me say this. In this day and age, we should no longer be doing gentlemen's agreements. I'm sorry. You got LegalZoom. You have you can go online and download a template and just do a basic, this is what you're going to provide. This is what I'm going to pay you. This is when the first payment is due. This is when the second payment is due. And everybody is happy and we're going about our business. First of all, if I agreed to pay you a flat fee and I didn't agree to give you a percentage of the door, you don't call me back and ask me about nothing after the fact. If I said, listen, I'm gonna give you $500 to come get on that pole, but I made $20,000 at the door, you still get your $5,000 if you ain't negotiating nothing different. That's just what it is. I don't know why I had to use the strip club analogy, but it was what it was. Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I mean, but it's facts though, because you know. And this kind of goes back, and I hate to do this, but when we talked about Mariah from Married Medicine, how she wanted to get paid on the front end, which is why she had a, you know, glamorized EP title, rather than other people who take a significant pay cut because they want to get paid on the back end because they know what this project is and what the product is. I just wonder if there is a contract, because if there's a contract, this whole storyline, even though I know that since they're doing a reality show, you want it to run as long as you need it to, just show the contract like, look, here it is right here. See what he signed, see what this said, boom,
Thank you. I got you another one. Appreciate you. You're so
Yeah,
sweet.
I spoil you.
Nisa, you placed that Avon order yet?
Ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna finish signing up as a rep. I'm upgrading.
She's gonna upgrade. She's gonna sign up as a rep. So she signs up to sell Avon. I won't say another thing.
Now,
but she asked me for the link 3 days ago. I'm just saying.
Now, with the talk that Melissa was having with her brother, it comes out that Joe Judice, Teresa's husband, had went to the blogs to trash Joe Gorga, Teresa's brother, Melissa's husband, and Teresa has been mums the word on this whole entire thing.
Of course. Yeah, this is the man who put you in prison and took you away from your mother. See, that's that shit right there I don't like, and why I don't think Teresa is as dumb as she likes to play.
Oh my.
Okay. Oh, she felt that thing was deep down in her spirit.
That was
all up in her loins and everything.
I don't like that.
That was right there.
You don't know what's going on, but at the same time, you knew to move money from accounts.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that.
Mm.
I think, and though this don't make it right, I think the reason one, I don't like Teresa, let me be clear with that, but I think the reason she ain't said anything is because she's trying to stay on her husband's good side, because there was no prenuptial agreement. So with their relationship, it went from Joe having the money to her having to have these little businesses and projects and whatnot, and she's fearful that he might take her for half. So I think she's trying to stay on his good side up until they get through the divorce, if they ever have one. I think that's what it is. I might be giving her too much, though.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think it's too much, because I think there's some validity to it. I think, just like I don't think she's selling that house because she wants to.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I want to say that's like their dream home.
Right. I don't think she's selling that house because she wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I agree with you that I agree to a certain extent. I believe that has a lot to do with it. That was something to do with it, I should say. Now, as far as us, the whole Teresa thing and her defending versus not defending, I don't know, y'all. I just feel like, and again, y'all have institutional knowledge that I don't have, but I'm just like, girl, like with family like that, you don't need no damn enemies. I mean that.
And Lil Mackie, I don't understand why Judice has so much to say. I get it. Gorga, he's dead ass wrong for posting other people's work as his own. But that ain't on the level of going around and scamming Hurricane Sandy victims. That ain't on the level of evading taxes for over 10, 20 years. That ain't the same.
Listen.
Pretty much. Okay, so I guess we'll jump to the next scene, which it was pretty. I enjoyed it, but I felt bad for the person in question because she ain't get what she needed. But Jackie talks with her brother, Aaron.
Listen, hold on. Time out, y'all. I'm sorry. I started to text you last night when I was watching it. No, I was watching it this morning, and I started to text you, and I was like, this is going to be real mean. Y'all. Okay, so we see the scene with her brother.
Mm-hmm.
Her brother, before she even said it, I was like, okay, her brother clearly has a delay. Her brother's a little learning impaired. I don't know if it's autism or whatever. She said he has a learning disability.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she sitting there talking to that man about real friends? And oh, you really like your friends, don't you?
Well,
my friends aren't that nice to me. I said, why are you?
This is their relationship. This is your first time seeing her brother.
Okay.
You met her brother last season.
Okay.
So, and they grew up together, and she's been very protective of him. But when you have a sibling, for the most part, you would like to have conversations regardless of, where they may or may not be on the spectrum.
I get it, but girl.
But I felt bad for him that he caught the vid, but, praise be to God that, he came out on the other end,
He was on the water for a month.
Oh, yeah. Oh my.
But a couple of those cruise ships were stuck like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of those cruise ships because nobody would let them come into port because if they had people on board that had coronavirus, they were like, "No, you're not. You're not bringing none of that up in here." So a lot of those ships were, especially, like if it was like, for example, if it was Carnival, which is an American company, if they were in the, they were closest to South America, or whatever, they was like, keep on booking to America. Like you can't stop here. And America wouldn't let them dock until certain things were in place. So yeah, it was a lot of people that, because I remember thinking, how you get off of your job that long? Like, what you telling your job? I'm still on that cruise ship.
Now, I will say when Jackie was talking with her brother, I guess she felt how many of us would feel talking to our siblings, that my sibling gonna sit here and back me up, and her brother pretty much just like, I would just find a way to get past it. Like I'll just like after a while, I'll just focus my mind on positive things, and that just be that. And I said back just like, damn it, Jackie, you didn't get what you wanted.
Shut up and get over it is what he told her.
Pretty much.
And get over it is what he told her.
And that is
where I was by the end of this episode, personally.
Look again. I'm that ain't me. So I mean, I'm still. I ain't. Look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Because y'all heard me say sporadically on your channel, especially my channel, other people's channel, I got issues with my eldest brother, and everybody looking at me like, you just need to let it go. I ain't letting shit go. Okay,
no, fuck. What I mean by I was over it.
No.
Yeah, and what I mean by I was over it, I'm not saying that Jackie doesn't have a valid point. I still don't think that Teresa's right in this situation. At all. I don't.
You're just upset at how it's dragging itself along.
Because Teresa's not going to change her mind. So either, like Melissa told her last week, either you're going to have to figure out a way to get past this. I'm not saying get over it because
I didn't like that. I didn't like that because that's still coddling Teresa, where it's just like, okay, well, since she's being difficult, let me go to the because that's how it is with certain situations where you have one person that is truly bullheaded and the other one that is, but not as much. So you go to the person like, okay, well, you're truly bullheaded. So since you're not as bullheaded, can you just let it go so we can move this thing along? And I ain't feeling that.
And that's usually me. I'm usually the one that's that bullheaded, and everybody is just kind of acquiesces to me because I really am that bullheaded. So I know that's going to sound like I'm being like two-faced within the situation because I'm not even saying that Jackie has to get over it. But what I'm saying is in this situation, what they're telling her is, Teresa ain't gonna change her mind. And like you said, we ain't gonna not invite Teresa to stuff. Let's be clear. That's not gonna happen.
Now, what Jackie should have done, even though the season has already been filmed, me being me, if I know that this is a job and I'm here to collect a check, I'm not going to get over it per se. But what I will do is I'll still come to events and everything. But just know that every time I see this person, I'm going to talk cash money shit. I'm going to read you the fuck down. And that's just going to be that. And unless you want to sit here and swing on me, I'm going to just talk my shit. That's me. Like, fuck it. Since I have to be here, I'm not finna see. If he would smile on my face, I'd be like, look at this dragon face looking at itself. Like, I'd just be sitting there just running it every chance I get. Y'all laugh. I'm being serious.
But I thought it was sweet though. I mean, because I wasn't making. Please don't think I wasn't making fun of her brother at all. I was just like, she really was sitting there waiting for her brother to be like, girl, that's messed up what they do to you, and that is not how that conversation went. Yeah. And he really was like, I mean, I like my friends. I just found a way to get over it so we can hang out again. Like it ain't that complicated for me.
Yeah. Hold on, wait. Let me, because O Street said exactly, y'all. What would Kenya do? Attending your
sure would. What would WWKD? What would Kenya do? Let's be clear. If I was on a reality show, I'm coming to everything. I don't care whether I like you or not. Because I don't like because there are a lot of people on my do not like list, I go to stuff all the time. Yeah. I just need to know who's gonna be there so I can have my mental right. Okay.
Thanks.
Especially if I'm getting paid to be somewhere, I promise you, I'm gonna be there. What the call sheet say? We gotta be there from 9 to 12. All right, I'll be there. I'll be there at 9:01. I'll leave at 12:01. Whatever you need me to do is what I'll do. But promise you, the call sheet don't say I got to talk to her.
You know,
I
like,
do want to know why Jackie and her husband were allowed to skip scenes. I get it. We're in the middle of a personal pan pizza, but nonetheless,
that was for the storyline. And now, let's be clear. They know that they're going to be docked for those episodes, and sometimes they just take the hit. They're like, well, that's fine.
Now, one thing I will say is kind of like piggyback on what you said, really be, I'm good for sharing some stuff. So, back when I was in the Army, I was in advanced leaders course, and I have a knack for not liking people. I don't do that. Don't do that. So roughly a week into it, because I was only there for 3 weeks, it was a lot of people that I wasn't clicking with. Now, while I was on duty, I was very much, smiles, giggles, pageant wave. When it was off duty, it was like, oh, y'all going somewhere? Who all going? First time when I heard the name, I ain't going. Why you not going? Because I ain't trying to fuck up the event. I ain't going. Now, there were mandatory off-duty things I had to go to, like NCO call and whatnot. Oh, I was drunk before the festivities even started. I'm like, I'm gonna need to be inebriated to deal with y'all asses. And then we had one final little off-duty thing that we did together. And one person tried to come to me, talking to me, and I'm looking like, look, bro, I ain't coming. Like, he invited me to his house for a WWE pay-per-view. I'm like, look, bro, I don't like you like that. Fuck you. Get out of my face. Why you talking? Because at this point, it's just like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just tell you how to fuck you. Fuck you, your mama, your wife, the horse you rode up in here on. I don't fucking like you. And then he got drunk and started climbing up on the rope. They was like, sorry, Thomas, you finished? I'm like, nah, let him bust his shit. Like, fuck him. I don't like him. Like, look, I'm telling y'all, like, this is me, and I'm being real. Like, if I'm on the clock, I sit there and play the role. When I'm off the clock, man, fuck the bullshit. But anyway, moving on. So the group of girls go to dinner. They talk about quarantining. They talk about divorce rates, how they're all working through that.
Listen, them chefs cooked their asses off. That food looked good. Oh my God.
I didn't like the portion sizes, but it did look good though.
Yeah, the food did look good, and that surf and turf, that lobster meat, baby. Did y'all see that? Yeah, that food looked good. Listen, that food looked good. The chef and even the ambiance, the whole setup. I was
right, like I wanted to be there
and putting them in the grass. I was like, this is nice.
I want to set something up like that. Go to a lake house, have a chef come over, prepare dinner.
Mm-hmm.
They ate good that whole trip.
They did.
And they were drinking good.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, so Marge reveals to the women that she has a book deal, which at first I gave her the side eye because it's like, why everybody got a damn book deal? But she pretty much said that it's about her life, and she wants to tell some of the horrors that she endured as a young lady, and hopefully for those that read it, they don't repeat the same mistakes. And one of those were her sleeping with her boss. And then you got Jennifer, which this is one thing I can't stand about Jennifer. Like, I got it. We all have an opinion. But she in her confessional, because she didn't say it to her face, saying, oh, well, that's something I would take to the grave. And why would you? And it's like, see, I just can't wait for, the curtain to fall and all her shit just come rushing out.
Well, I feel like this. Again, I'm new to this, so I wasn't sure why anybody was necessary. Why anybody wanted to hear Marge's story? Like, I didn't know she had done something that I wasn't familiar with. But in hearing her tell her story, I think one, I applaud her for sharing her story. That's number one. Two, I applaud her reasons for wanting to share her story, because she's right. If my mistake can stop somebody else from doing what I did, listen, this is the shit that makes me mad. The way that the women were not verbally saying something to her, but in their confessionals saying it. That's the reason why women don't tell their stories. That's the reason why victims don't speak up. Because the first thing we do is automatically want to shame her. When they were like, I mean, there's just some things you just don't tell. And oh my goodness. And like the minute she said, and I slept with him, you heard the judgment in the room. And I was like, but her point is valid. First of all, there are way more women who do than who don't. She said, I was young. It was my first real job. It was in the industry I had been trying to get into my whole life, and I was making some good money. And again, a lot of women are faced with that decision. When we think about the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, he got away with it for so long because one, women felt like they had to, and then the women, no problem. And then the women who didn't, when they spoke up, that's how they were judged. So it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Oh Lord, what you got to say, little baby? Why are you
laughing at DC?
I saw that. DC, you ain't.
But honestly, Marge has had a life. Like, again, she cheated on her first husband with her current husband, and she's cool with her last husband's kids, but she's not cool with her own biological kids because of that whole situation. Yet her ex-husband and her current husband are friends.
But you know, but even with that, I feel bad for Marge in a sense because she's trying to be vulnerable, and the situation you just brought up, Jennifer used that as a dagger against her last season.
Oh, she did. Okay.
So when she had her comments about her sleeping with her boss, it literally ties into her having that dagger of, you know, well, you cheated on your husband with your current husband, and da 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 da. So that's why I say I just can't wait because I feel a lot of stuff is going to happen.
I like Marge.
Wait, what happened?
God, leave DC.
Oh,
You don't have no love for Marge. Okay. And see, that's why I have to preface stuff with, you know, based on what I'm looking at, because I don't have no background. I just didn't know why anybody wanted her story. And that's no disrespect. I just don't know. But I was here. I really appreciate the fact that she is willing to tell the whole story because she's right. Listen, even in the midst of Me Too, there are still a whole lot of women that are dealing with that.
Yeah. Especially in the entertainment industry where it's, if either I sleep with this person to progress my career or I didn't, and now I'm banned in the entire industry.
Right. Because it's either I sleep with you or I'm blackballed, period. Like I don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And the girls pretty much say how, you know, good this trip has been, how smooth it's been. And Teresa then brings up Jackie. I'm just like,
right.
It had shit to do with this conversation.
The last time somebody brought up Jackie, Teresa, you did. It was you, Teresa. God. But somebody you don't want to keep talking about, you keep bringing her name up.
Yeah, she wasn't there. But for what, I don't know, because again, you had an opportunity to say what you wanted to say to the lady in front of her face. Yep. Nothing was there but opportunity. And you got up and walked away.
Space and opportunity.
And all you can do is call her, see you next Tuesday. But anyway, so speaking of Jackie, so the trip is over. Everyone is back in Jersey. And Margaret and Jackie have, I guess it was almost like a brunch type of situation.
Yeah, it looked like they went to Starbucks. Because Marge sure did pull out her own snacks out her bag down to the Starbucks. You know what? She had her own snacks in her bag. Honey.
Before we dive into that, I do want to say that I at least appreciate Marge for not coming at her for not grabbing a snack, because last season they literally honed in on the fact that whenever they were around her, she would either eat very little or she wouldn't eat at all because she had an eating disorder as a child.
Oh.
And they when I say they honed in on that, it brought her to tears. Her father even said to her, well, because she said, I could have died. And the father was just like, but look at you now. So it was all worth it. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Wendy Williams' parents.
Right. That sounds just like what Wendy Williams people said to her. Wow. But go ahead, Jackie. Yeah, go ahead.
So Marge tells her that the girls miss her, which I think we all knew that she meant all the girls by this one.
Right.
And
yeah.
Jackie,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Jackie said she thought it was best for her to just not be there. so that everybody could have a good time, which I've been like that in situations where, you know what, I'ma just not go so everybody can have a good time, because I do have an energy about myself to where it's going to be obvious I'm not speaking to one person, and I'm not trying to, mess up the energy of an event or whatever. So I understood why she didn't go. And Marge says that Teresa sometimes says things and doesn't really know the consequences of it. And then Jackie,
ain't nobody buying that bullshit.
Jackie was just like, I really don't want to think you're this naive. Like, I really don't want to. I fucking hollered because Jackie is a straight shooter. I'm like, that is kind of shady that you said.
Like, making excuses.
Jackie was like, I just want to last night. About it. Right. I just want to stop talking about this. Basically, what she wanted to say was, I'm gonna stop you right there before you make yourself look dumber than you already look. Like, if you want to say, listen, I'm just gonna choose Teresa's side over yours, and say it. Okay. But
I didn't hear DC.
I don't think she meant it.
Don't read it. Don't read. Oh, she'd have read it. Woo! So anyway.
So basically, let me say this. Hold on. I already got Belize. I already got Young Rich. So DC, what you saying now is I got to put you in the corner with the two of them? Is that what's going on here, DC? That when I don't need your legal correspondence, then I just need to put you in the corner with Belize and Young Rich? Cause ma'am.
Y'all cutting up.
Oh my goodness! DC.
Marge is trying to, somewhat get Jackie to kind of let it go, let it be. So then Jackie asks her, so what about you and Teresa? And Marge's like, well, I forgave her, this, that, and third. Then she's like, so what about Danielle? Because she told Danielle to go pull your hair. And Marge was sitting there stuck on stupid for a minute.
Right. She was like, what about a woman that, it gets you assaulted? Like, I think we put in 20 on 10. She pulled your hair. It ain't her fault the ponytail came off. Listen, that is your hairdresser's problem. It is not her fault that the ponytail came off. Now, I'm sorry.
Well, wait. I'll say, look, I'll just say it was a good thing that the ponytail came off, because we could have had a Kenya Portia situation where, because it was so firmly attached, now you on the ground. So, look, we got to look at the positives now.
I guess that's true when you put it like that. Though I have 4 corners, DC. You'll get your own corner. I got 4 of them.
So, Jackie tells Marge that she's going to have a birthday do-over for her husband, seeing as how the last one got messed up. Now, someone in my comments has said production probably told her to have that.
Yeah. I didn't understand that.
Listen, let's be clear. Okay, Teresa was spreading rumors, but the whole evening was not ruined. Like, it was not that deep. Like, I could see if Teresa threw the cake in somebody's face. I could see if she grabbed the mic from you and announced to the world that this is like, it wasn't that like, yes, her spreading the rumor was wrong, but it wasn't worthy of no do-over. Like we said, that was some production shit. It did not need no do-over. Like, come on, stop it.
No mulligans.
Okay.
So I'll just give the premise, and I'm gonna let the 2 women go ahead and go in. So Teresa meets with Michelle. Well, I'm sorry, Michelle meets with Teresa at her house. Go ahead, ladies.
Well, can I start off by saying, first of all, I was here for that Rose voice that she pulled up in.
I did like her suit and her shoes.
I mean, I was here for, was it a Rose voice or a Bentley? I think it was a Rose. But I was here for it, however, whoever, whatever. Okay. My thing is this. So Teresa did ask her about it. Now here's what I don't like. Listen, for as much as people get on my nerves sometimes when they are shit starters, here's what I can appreciate. I can appreciate the shit starter that stands in their shit. When Teresa said, did you say this at the party? Don't flip it back around and be like, well, she asked me. She did not ask you, did Joe cheat your husband out of hundreds of thousands of dollars? She was asking you, have you met the ladies and what do you think of them? You brought that up all on your own. So don't try to backpedal and pussy pop off of it now. That I can't stand. Stand in your shit. Just be like, listen, you know what? Her husband owed me some money. And maybe I ain't said it at the right time at the right place, but baby, it is what it is. Like, I would have much rather that had gone down. But all of that, well, she asked me. No, she didn't ask me.
Now look, not to defend her, which this is technically what I'm doing. This is a payday for her. So she ain't finna sit here and dig a hole too deep because she wants this payout. Because if she
you saw that suit in those shoes. She wanted to present herself as a luxury realtor. I saw the suit and shoes. I saw the suit and the shoes. I
mean, look at the table when Teresa act like, because Teresa really act like she didn't want to piss that woman off because she wanted her to leave her house. She was like, she is the #1 realtor in New Jersey. Like, Teresa was letting you know off the break that she wasn't gonna press too hard in this whole situation because she got to sell that house for the divorce settlement. That's what she's telling you.
But she was doing just enough to where when they roll this back at the reunion, I brought it up. I said the right things. That's all that was.
Right, exactly. What you think, little baby, about it?
I thought that montage of photos was a cornucopia clusterfuck of bullshit. I thought
when they were showing all the flashbacks of the kids growing up in the house and all of that.
Yeah, they could have killed it.
Because they're trying to humanize or really paint Teresa to be such a delicate flower when she's nothing but a cactus. But that's okay, we'll let them have it. Okay, so before we get to the party, a lot of the women are having, pre-party talk. So Jen is told by her husband he can't go because it's a last-minute surgery that he has to go to. But she says to him, well, I'm going to defend Teresa. My issue with that is if you're going in with the intent to defend her, other than you showing up for a scene to get paid, why are you going? Joe says to Melissa that he's going to defend his sister and even said, well, you don't bring up the kids unless that was established in this, collective group of women, whatever. But y'all know my feelings on that. Fuck the kids. And Marge says to her husband that,
and they mammies and pappies.
Say what?
And they mammies and pappies.
That too. And Marge says to her husband that she's just not going to bring up Teresa because she doesn't want to trigger Jackie, which I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. Do y'all got anything before we get to the actual do-over party?
Well, for me, as somebody who, again, is new to this, this clearly showed me the dynamics because at the end of the day, for as much as those women thought that Teresa was wrong and was putting 20 on 10, at the end of the day, all of them was like, but I got Teresa's back. But I'm going to be defending Teresa. But I'm there to defend Teresa. Well, I got, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, well, now I understand why Teresa gets away with everything. Because hell, all of y'all have said that Teresa was wrong.
And my thing, and that is where I have to look at Bravo and production. Like it looks like they're protecting her.
Yeah, she is their cash cow on this particular franchise. Of course, they're going to protect her.
Somebody need to rise in ranks. Somebody need to do something because this is ridiculous.
Rise in ranks.
So we get the party do-over. The Gorgers are there, and Jackie says to Melissa and Joe, she pretty much apologizes for the analogy. And this was more for Joe than it was for Melissa because she had already spoken to Melissa and was just trying to make clear, like, it truly was just an analogy. I was never accusing Gia of, doing what I said that she did. It was nothing but an analogy. Then you got Joe. Now Joe Joe.
Joe was drunk.
He was trying. He was trying.
He really was, but he even said in his confessional, like, I was always taught to defend my sister, so that is what I'm doing. But it's funny because you're defending the sister that won't defend you.
Right.
So, Jackie, all right. So, to kind of sum this up, because it was a whole lot of yang, don't nobody really care. But the men and the women split up, separate tables. The men are, cool. Jackie even, asked, like, do y'all believe it? And the guys just like, hell no, we don't believe it. And that makes Jackie happy. One, to know that at least the men don't believe it. And also the fact that Evan has a plaster smile on his face.
Yeah, Evan looked like he would have wanted to be anywhere but there. Like, I that's why I don't think this was like, he looked like he was over the whole thing. Like,
yeah, that was all for Jackie's ego.
But he even said to, them and the women, because they were like, well, it's just a rumor. He's like, but if 20 people believe it, that's an issue. And because they're in a small community, not just the women, they're in a small community. Once something like that grows legs, if you aren't able to chop the legs off, which is what Jackie was trying to do first episode, it's going to run rapid. So by the time it finally comes out that it's not true, well, now you have a whole lot of people that you have to try to convince that it's not true, but they've already made up in their minds that, well, hey, it's true. And I did say that he owned the gym, and I believe that to be true, but Jackie said that he's in finance. And that makes it even worse because, and I'll ask you two ladies, if you are dealing with someone in finance and this male or woman cannot keep control of their love life / private life, are you really going to trust this person with your funds?
Fuck no. They can't control themselves. I have an issue with that. Money is a serious issue, and typically your moral compass needs to be on the side of right when dealing with people's funds. Like, you're talking about people's futures.
Well, for me, I agree, but I also feel like it's more, that part of it doesn't bother me as much as I have a problem with you being in the rumor mill. Like, I you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that I can hear rumors about your private life on the street bothers me more than whether the rumors are true or not. Because my thing is, I know that not all rumors are true, but I don't know. That would bother me more. But the fact that he's finance is a big deal. Like, that is a problem.
Now, I want you to keep what I just said in mind. So when you get to Beverly Hills and that issue with Mauricio comes up, I just want you to keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying.
Kyle has to talk, because it's not going to be fair that Erica has to explain her situation for a storyline, yet Mauricio got offices all around the country closing down, employees quitting, and people are on his ass with lawsuits. Kyle, you got this guy. That got to stop.
I don't think they're going to let Kyle. I think they're going to focus. They're not focusing on Kyle. Or I'm sorry, Kyle. They're not focusing on her.
But I think that's why they brought her sister on the show.
Yeah.
Storyline. But here's the problem. They didn't see that Erica Girardi shit blowing up the way it did. So she might end up with a pass this season. Because promise they're going to focus on that.
But eventually she's going to have to talk about it because it's loud. It is loud.
Yes, it is.
It's not as loud as Erica.
Because that's what I mean. That's why you say that, because that's what I thought I had agreed with y'all.
But no, I'm just saying, like, but when you're dealing with, stuff like this, and because with him, he's a realtor, he's dealing with people's money, property, and all this other stuff. When you have someone that has certain type of business ventures, you don't want to hear rumors and whatnot circulating, because now it's just like, okay, well, can I trust you? And the same thing with Erica's husband, because I believe he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, lawyer.
See, I think I'm a little bit different. I don't care about you cheating on your wife. I care about my money. And to me, it's not always mutually, it's not synonymous. Like, some of the worst men in business are the richest men in business. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those people that didn't care that Bill Clinton was cheating on his wife. How are you running the country? Because that's what I elected you to do.
Look,
So
look,
me,
Monique said it best. You the president. If you ain't getting your, you know what, done with, there's a problem. And she said, if I was the president, I have a different man lined up. You get some, you get. So, okay. Anyway, back to this because we done went all the way the hell off topic. So, So Jackie is saying to the girls, nothing like this has ever happened to her family. And to that, I would say, when you get on a reality TV show, you need to just expect all of this to happen. You just need to expect it.
They're going after marriages. They're going after families. There's nothing off limits.
Nothing is off limits. Absolutely.
So Jen says to Jackie, well, you know, Teresa isn't a malicious person. Now, I was pissed with production because this right here would have been a perfect time to roll the receipts. Because I'm like, if I ain't never heard a lie, that right there was a lie.
Listen, I don't even watch the show and I know that was a lie.
So the guys say to each other, you know, they don't believe it, you know, they standing with them. And then Joe Gorga was just like, because you know, if I'm asked, I'm gonna be like, and I'm looking at Joe just like, really, like, I don't know. I mean, I get it as a man, it's certain ish where did this happen? No, it didn't happen. Now everybody has to have their story correct, because one thing I will give y'all ladies, y'all will make sure y'all have y'all stories correct before y'all come back from a trip, a meeting, or whatever. Like, y'all to compare notes and all that shit. Us men don't do that.
No, y'all don't. That's how y'all get caught. That's why y'all get caught.
And Jackie feels better, obviously, because Evan is laughing, this, that, and the third. She says to the ladies that she can be in a room with Teresa and just not acknowledge her. She gets up, says a little thank you, slides Teresa in there ever so slightly, and that was it.
Yeah, I do like that at the end she was able to do the toast and sort of poke fun at the whole thing. Because I'm like, hopefully that means we're done with this and we can move on to the next storyline, which is Joe owing this man some money. Now, do y'all think he owe that man money? Which I think the deal is with that?
50-50.
I don't.
I can think he owes money, but I don't think he owes no thousands of damn dollars. Now, you aren't convincing me of that. Because I didn't even know Joe Gorga had anything motivational going on.
And who is going to him for a motivational speech?
Exactly.
Y'all know it didn't warmed up here in Chicago. Like, we got in the 60s and everything. The snow done melted. I was trying to change the conversation, but we done got some good weather out here in Chicago.
Just saying, like, what? Okay, well, that's that, y'all. So I have a few more minutes. Abby, do you want to come up and talk about Delilah? I told y'all we would do Delilah. We would talk if we had time.
Yeah, about Delilah.
If we had time, we would talk about Delilah today. Y'all, did you watch Delilah?
I have not.
Oh, are you going
out of Delilah? But I will say, Jill Marie Jones looks fantastic, and she's doing her powerhouse self. I like her character.
I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it because, like I said, I ain't watched Queen. I will say Brown Sugar, Queen Sugar. So I don't know. Like, I may or may not, but I don't think I am.
Okay, all right. I don't know where Abby is at. Well, I did watch it. I think I am going to review it. Do I think it's on the same level of, like I said yesterday, of deep, making you think, metaphor, story? No, it's not. It's a drama. And I think because with OWN, we've gotten used to the shows like the Greenleaf and the Queen Sugar. And I would put it more along the lines of a Greenleaf. Even though Greenleaf had sub stories about the Black church, it wasn't that deep. It was just a drama about a mega church, a Black family of a mega church, and all of their drama and backdrop. I would say that Delilah is a little, at least so far in the first 2 episodes, it's a little bit lighter. Because in in Greenleaf, they did give us molestation and stuff like that, like in the first couple of episodes. But
Greenleaf was the shit.
Yeah. So it's not, it so far at least, it's not giving us that deep of storylines, but I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. If you just want something light to look at, you don't want nothing real heavy like a Queen Sugar that's gonna, get you down in your spirits. But you don't want nothing as buffoonic as a Tyler Perry. It's somewhere in there. It's somewhere between the two. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Belize. You cannot this is not going to replace Greenleaf at all. No way, shape, or form. I wish, and I know that the pandemic had something to do with this, but I almost wish that Greenleaf was the introduction. Like, Greenleaf came on at 8 and this came on at 9 to sort of lead into it like they did with Queen Sugar, because I think a lot of people have it in their mind that this is replacing Greenleaf because of the way it happened. But I don't think this was ever meant to be a replacement for Greenleaf. It's just by the same producers. It's not a sequel. It's not a spinoff. It's not even in the same city. Like, this takes place in Charlotte. So it's not even the same city. So I don't think that this was meant to be that. But because of COVID and the way the production schedule fell, it feels like it. Because this is around the time that we will be getting ready for Greenleaf. And so I think people feel like this is OWN's way of replacing Greenleaf, and it isn't. My only concern about the story is this is one of those shows that starts off with a hard storyline that has nowhere to grow. And so what I mean by that is you have these two best friends who are both attorneys who are being pitted against each other on this huge legal case. Now, they can probably drag this case out for the remainder of the season, but what happens next season? Because somebody got to win and somebody got to lose. I'm sure that we're going to get deep into their relationship and how this changes their relationship. We saw the relationship with her brother. We saw the relationship with her ex-husband. Like, they give us places to go with the side characters, but for those two main characters, what happens when the court case is over? You know what I'm saying? What's going to be the driving force of the storyline after that?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see this case go on for 5 years.
I don't even really want to see it go on for the whole season unless you are, and I'm going to tell you why. Because again, at least right now in the first 2 episodes, you've given me too simplistic of a storyline. I don't see a whole lot of plot twists and turns in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, maybe they got some stuff waiting in the background that I don't see. But from what I see in front of me, we have, a manufacturer who made faulty equipment for the military that killed people. And rather than the story come out, they're willing to, kill and cover up and all that other stuff. Unless and I'm sure somewhere along the line it's going to be connected to her brother. They've already sort of given us the hint on that. But beyond that, I don't know how many twists and turns that you're going to give us that's going to make me want this to drag on for 10 episodes. Or
how they're going to have to tell us that us are aliens for me to get hype.
Yeah, so that's my only criticism of what I saw so far. Like, again, I'm here for it. I think it's a great, it's a cool story. Again, I ain't never going to be mad at seeing 2 professional Black women doing their thug thizzle. I ain't never going to be mad at that. But that's my only concern is, are you really giving us something to hold on to after season 1? And I think that's going to be the downleaf. I saw Greenleaf. That's going to be the downfall of, in my opinion, of the story. Unless something happens in mid-season that makes me think differently. But right now, I feel like that's what they're selling us. They're selling us this big showdown with these 2 friends over this court case. And my thing is, at a certain point, the court case has to end. Now, what's the next? What happens after that? You know what I'm saying? What you think, little baby? You see what I'm saying, or you feel differently, or what you think?
No, because I'm not even gonna lie. I had they should have did a 2-night premiere, because them 2 hours back to back with that storyline, no.
Yeah, they trying to
paper off.
Watch it. Yeah,
that was too much in one night. So, yeah, they're gonna have to. To me, I'm gonna have to have something a little bit more fast paced. I do want something a little bit more deeper. Maybe it's because I'm used to the writing from Queen Sugar, where we do get some deeper allegories. But right now, it's too surface for me. The PI didn't look PI enough for me. Normally PIs come back with a whole bunch of information.
Well, even when like the scene where he was running and she asked him to go check something out, and he was like, I mean, when I get done with my run, if I see something, I'll let you know. And if I don't, oh well. Like, I was like, damn, like, are you not paying? Like, did you not pay him what you owed him or something? Like, what in the world? Oh Lord. Anyway.
And then the friend who's she's a skank. She's a known skank and a belligerent drunk.
Well, I think caught up in some mess. I think friend is a strong word. I don't think she's their friend, which is part of the problem.
What's wrong with a belligerent drunk? What's wrong with that?
And
being a belligerent drunk, that's a problem.
I'm about to say, because I'm a certified drunk / alcoholic. I'm just asking.
See, but there's a difference. Being a drunk, being belligerent, that's two different conversations. Now, if you tell me you're a belligerent drunk, I'll just keep that in mind when I come up your way. That we just have to drink in private. We can't go out in public. If you belligerent, I can't do the belligerent. Now I can do the drunk. The drunk part don't bother me. It's the belligerent though. The belligerent.
Nah, I'm not belligerent.
Understand Delilah's familial relationship. It's like, okay, she got this little boy who's her nephew, and then she going to visit her brother, and then the child's grandfather's a cop, but then the grandfather says, your sister is still the same. And so I'm like, sir, who are you? And when did a violin become $10,000?
Oh, they can be. They can be. Especially with the violin that has the pedigree that they were saying that violin had. Oh yeah, they can be. Mm-hmm.
Well, until then, she gonna have to settle for the 500 one.
No, well, here's my problem. What you not gonna do is go and buy a $10,000 violin and you owe me $200 child support. That's what we not gonna do.
Yeah, no believes.
I'm not doing this with you. With that being said, I'm getting off of here. Listen, y'all meet me in about 30 minutes. Well, 20 minutes now. Y'all meet me over on Giving You the Real Tea. Can one of my mods drop T's link and drop y'all's link for me, please, in the chat? If y'all are not already subscribed to YahCraTeas, please make sure y'all go over there. It is spelled the way it is up there on the screen where you can see it. Please make sure that you guys are doing that. Exactly, DC. That's what I'm saying. Violins, well, really instruments. I mean, instruments can run the gambit. Absolutely, they can. I
know instruments are expensive. I just didn't know a violin was $10,000. I know a piano can be thousands of dollars.
No, pianos can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. Get you the right piano. Go ask Elton John how much his piano collection is worth. I'm just saying.
My pocket's not that deep.
I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just like with anything. Like you can go get a car fresh off the lot for $15,000, and you can go get a car for $500,000. It just depends on what you're buying. You know, it just depends on what you're buying. So, I mean, it wasn't unrealistic, especially if their daughter is like a prodigy, which I feel like they were trying to make us feel like she was. The problem was just the way that whole situation went down. But anyway, I ain't going down that line. But thank you. My mods are dropping those links for me right now. Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, make sure that y'all are going and checking out the YouTube. I mean, the Avon. Y'all go ahead on over there and get you some good Avon. Somebody put in an order yesterday, and I thank you so much. Thank you for the support. As always, I appreciate you for going and supporting me. If you need the link, hold on. I'm about to get y'all the link right now. And y'all go on and check y'all. Like I said, Avon got a little bit of everything over there now. Y'all go over there and y'all check it out. Y'all find what y'all want, because it's a little bit of this and it's a little bit of that. Y'all done found something over to the Avon. I appreciate your support, sir. A lot of my other subscribers have found. I just called y'all because he's sitting right here, and I know he did. A lot of my other subscribers have found some things over there, and I appreciate it. I don't see what you're buying. I don't see your address or any of your other personal information. If you do register, all I see is your name and an email to contact you if you choose to fill that in. But other than that, I don't want anybody to worry about me being able to see anybody's personal information because I cannot. I can't see nothing but what you choose to share with me. Okay. And I mean, the most I can see is your email. I still can't see any of your private information. I don't know where the stuff is going. If you get it shipped to you directly, I never see the address. So it goes directly to you. Well, all right. Thank you, DC. She said she done found the glory. Over to the Avon link. Well, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I still want their brushes.
You still want new brushes, you said? Oh,
their
brushes.
Yeah, those old brushes.
I'm with you on that because I remember my mother used to buy them Avon brushes, baby.
They're good for this thick hair. They get right to the root.
Okay. So join me in about 15 minutes over to T's place, over to Terrence's spot for his birthday. And thank y'all so much for being here. And we out.
Bye.